Welcome back, my fellow Chibits, to Aldnoah.Zero Season 2. So, my Orangey-kun, he's alive. Like, he's alive. Okay, so before I dive in, I just want to clarify this real quick before I talk about the details of this episode and talk about everything that really happened and go into the nitty-gritty. I just want to say this real quick, and I want to make a statement. Slain is officially the worst shooter of 2014 and 2015. How do you fuck up on 3 different people, or not technically 3, 2 different people, and other person technically survives, the princess? How does these people manage to survive? Like, I can understand 1, but he manages to fuck up twice. How? He is officially the worst shot of 2014, 2015. Like, nothing will compare to what Slain did. So, now that I got that out of the way, now that I made that statement, let's talk about this episode, okay? So, I just want to get the elephant out of the room. Let's just, talk about the elephant. Let's push it out of the room before I can get this out of the way. Majority of anime watchers, most likely, are going to be very pissed with this episode. Now, I understand the reasons why. I can see why, coming into this episode, it kind of piss off a lot of people. And I can understand. Just give me a minute to explain. Inaho is alive. Now, I want to be honest. I love Inaho. I love Slain. I like both characters. I know there's the fan base of this series. One side's on Slain's side, one side's on Inaho's side, and usually they hate each other. I know for a fact there's 2 different sides to this overall argument. I personally like both characters, and I'm glad Inaho is alive. Now, the question is his, him being alive, is that logical? Let me explain. So, as I said in my trailer, preview discussion I did a while back, about probably 4 or 5 weeks ago, pretty much I talked about the trailer and showcasing that Inaho might be alive along with the princess being alive. So, let's talk about this. Pretty much, Inaho got shot in the head. He's clearly shot in the head in this episode, and we know now he's technically, part cyborg, technically. He has, this robotic eye we saw him use in his fight. Well, this overall case with how Slain shot him in the back of the head, this actually has happened before. I'm not joking. There's actually cases and news stories in our day and age where, I remember a news story about 4 years back, 3 or 4 years back. This woman got shot in the head, like a murderer came into her house and put a pillow on her head and shot her in the head, and 4 days later she had a painful headache, but she was still alive and had a bullet inside of her head. I'm not fucking joking you. There's actually a news story like that. So, Inaho surviving a bullet to the head, it's not unlogical, it's actually possible, it really is. It just depends on the circumstance of where he was shot in the head, and the where he was shot in the head, he could survive it. But, thankfully, there's, some good technology in, this series, Aldnoah.Zero. If there wasn't, he'd probably have lost an eye, and he might have died. But, thank God there is some good technology. And, we know this series has high-tech stuff, so we can't really throw it out there and say this is bullshit, because, they have freaking mechs going into the space. They got, Mars colonized, stuff like that. Of course, genetics, cybernetics and stuff like that's going to be improved. So, Inaho surviving, it makes a lot of sense. It really does. We could say what we will, but it makes a whole lot of sense more than him just being resurrected by, let's say, the Aldnoah type stuff. It makes a lot more sense, and I'm glad they, at the very least, tried to make it make sense. They tried to go intelligent about it to make it to where makes a lot of sense why he's alive. So now that pushed out of the way, Inaho being alive is not an asshole. Him being alive is fine. The only problem you see with this is that Slain is just a shitty shooter. He can't shoot or fuck. That's pretty much what we get out of this, okay? Slain cannot shoot. Now that we got that out of the way, let's talk about Zazmom. Zazmom surviving. He wasn't really shot in the head, so technically him dying, I can understand, if he survived, but damn it, Slain, he was in a rage fit at the end of Season 1, he was just pissed. I remember Slain, he broke down, he was firing shots at Zazmom, he shot him at least a good 4 or 5 times into the chest, and I don't know how to feel about that. Zazmom being alive is a good thing and a bad thing. The reason why it's a good thing, let's get into that. The reason why it's a good thing is because, there's a lot of, reasons why he should be alive. His ambition, his goal, his connections with some of our characters on our Terran side, stuff like that. So, pretty much him being alive, it really helps the plot. And Zazmom is a cool villain. I like his, perspective on Earth and stuff like that. But the other thing is, on the other side of the note, him being alive, it's just like I said earlier, I can understand maybe Inaho surviving because, I mean, shot in the brain. I mean, there's cases where people survive this. But Zazbomb got shot in the chest, like, multiple times, and this dude is fucking alive. I mean, like I said, there's higher tech in this series, so it makes sense how he could survive, but the point of the matter is, he was bleeding all over the place. Did you see the fucking blood behind him and his face and all that type of shit? Like, fuck. But, okay, so, now that I've addressed that, let's talk about the princess. So, the princess is technically comatose. At the end of the episode, we find out she is in this cryo tube or whatever. She's comatose and she's getting recovered pretty much from her sickness. And I don't know necessarily she will ever wake up again, but most likely for the writers to keep her around, she will eventually wake up. And I'm interested to see what path this series will take if she does wake up. For instance, since technically they have a fake princess now, like, you know, the princess freaking changing sides in the middle of this episode. Okay, I'm gonna be honest here. I was kind of pissed when I started this episode, and one moment I see Zazbomb alive, see the princess alive, and I see fucking Inaho alive all at once. I was kind of, you know, kind of antsy. But when I found out at the end that this princess broadcast, you know, saying like, oh, let's destroy Earth, it belongs to us and shit, when we found out it was the fake princess, like the little sister or older sister of the princess, then it made a whole lot more sense. Because, I mean, there's no way to fuck without brainwashing her, manipulating her mind and stuff. That's the only way I can see how the princess would be willing to do that. So, I'm glad it wasn't the princess doing that. And so, yeah, I just want to say right now. So, let's talk about this episode. So, the overall theories a bunch of you Chibits made, and I made too in my last season reviews of Aldnoah.Zero, pretty much about the Aldnoah drives and stuff like that, pretty much proved true with this episode. For instance, the kiss that the princess gave Slain and Inaho gave them the Aldnoah schematics. For instance, they can activate Aldnoah drives because Inaho activated the ship. And so, Inaho can use Aldnoah, and so can Slain. We know Slain can, because it was foreshadowed. It was completely foreshadowed on episode 9? Episode 9? 10? It was foreshadowed, so Inaho using this Aldnoah, it's not an asshole. You could throw that out the window. It was actually already foreshadowed in Season 1, so we can't even say nothing about this. So, Inaho using Aldnoah, there's no issues, because it was written already beforehand, it didn't pop out of nowhere, and we already had pretty much guesses to what, you know, how Aldnoah worked and how the princess can pass it on. So, moving past that element, that episode overall, animation quality, really good, beautiful animation when it comes to Aldnoah.Zero. Like, it seems like the animation quality improved a lot more since the first season, which is fucking good. Like, even some of those slice of life scenes, we had a lot of, you know, great animations. The animation was a lot better in some of those scenes. I'm like, holy shit. And the music, oh, dude. All of us know one reason why Aldnoah is just so damn hype is because of the music. And the music, oh man, when I heard those classical music songs playing, I was like, fuck yes, fuck yes, fuck yes. And so the music playing, I was really happy to hear all those good songs playing. The opening, I don't think we got to hear the opening, so I'm kind of sad about that. I wanted to hear the fucking opening, but guess we'll have to wait till next week. Anyways, the overall animation and music, on point as always. When it comes to Aldnoah.Zero, it has some really good music, and the atmosphere and color palette of the animation looks beautiful too, so I have no complaints there. It's a very high-budgeted series. So, other things to talk about. The overall way Inaho came in, like, I mean, he introduced that he was a cyborg with his eye and all that. I wonder exactly what type of, you know, I guess, things happen to his body. Like, I mean, does he have any repercussions after what happened with Slain in him? Like, is he affected in any way? Because in this episode, we see how Inaho is actually able to express himself. Now, Inaho was never emotionless, as we know from Season 1. He wasn't. He just couldn't really show it. And he's actually starting to show emotions in this episode. Like, we see him smile, we see him actually making small talk, useless small talk with his friends, so this shows you what type of character or how he's changed since Season 1. So, I wonder exactly what really happened. Did that gunshot in the brain really fuck up and where he can actually show emotions now? I'm curious. And Slain working with Zazbomb, like, fuck, Slain. Fuck, Slain, like, yeah. Shit, dude. He's working with the fucking Martians, man. Like, Slane. Dude. What the fuck, man? Anyways, I understand Slane's entire development. It makes a lot of sense why he chose the Martian side. It does. If you look at Slane's development from Season 1, it makes a lot of sense. Just like, damn it, Slane. Just damn it. Just... But, I mean, hey, we'll probably get a bat in orangey round 2, or round 3, technically. Yeah, round 3. We'll probably get a round 3, and third time's the charm. So, maybe Slane can upgrade his shooting skills by the time round 3 happens. Who knows? So, tell me your thoughts. How do you feel about this first episode of Aldnoah.Zero Season 2? I enjoyed it. It was fun. It gave me those emotions that Season 1 gave me. It was hyped. It was really fucking hype. So, I can't wait for next week. Tell me your thoughts. I love you all so much. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.